Welcome back, dear ones. Filet Mignon here with Medium Rare Poetry. Now, prior to my recent absence, I promised that I would be back after Easter. Just happened to be another month or 6 weeks after Easter, but anyway, I came back. And I had an interesting experience over Easter. And of course, when I have an interesting experience, I feel it is my bounden duty to jot it down in poetry form and share it with you, my beloved audience. So I present to you Easter 2024. Easter 2024 by Filet Mignon. Easter was approaching and some neighbours were invited to come round on Good Friday for a lunch. Was so excited. Tradition deems that on this day your menu should be fish, but I was short of funds, so how could I provide this dish? The supermarkets were in strife for blatant overcharging, and Easter time was ripe for elevating profit margins. The price of fish went through the roof, along with frozen prawns. In face of such adversity, a fresh idea was born. The guests that were attending might just leave me in the lurch. Before my lunch, the lot of them would be attending church. So seafood was the only option left for me to serve. Aquatic creatures were to be the choice that they deserved. I dusted off my fishing rod and hit the local creek to try my luck at snagging the right species for my clique. I didn't have the proper bait. A cockroach was the deal. No sooner than I cast my line, I hooked a massive eel. The writhing thing was 4 foot long and slippery, as they say. It wasn't very happy, as I'd just stuffed up its day. I only had one cockroach, so I had to just make do. This squirming, slimy moray was now main course, that I knew. I managed to contain the beast within my hessian sack and wondered how I'd cook the thing as I then wandered back. The day was warm, the road was long, my sack began to... The mighty haul had passed away, I'm guessing, just as well. Arriving home, I realised that the smell had turned to stench. The kitchen would be out of bounds. My shed, though, had a bench. I emptied out the sack and it just slimed onto the floor. Preparing this was set to be a rather slippery chore. I donned some gloves and grabbed him by his snake-like tapered tail and fastened it upon the bench with a builder's 6-inch nail. I'll spare you all the details of the cleaning process used. Suffice to say, I was the one who felt I'd been abused. I hunted in my pantry and produced my king-size blender I used for making healthy shakes, so this should make it tender. I stood up on the kitchen bench, my dangling eel was poised. I fed it to the whirling blades, which made a screaming noise. The blender ate my slender snake, producing clouds of smoke, accomplishing a fishy gel. I tell you, I was stoked. The shredder had been sacrificed, electric motor died. My batter now was ready to be seasoned up and fried. 11 herbs and spices were my ticket to success. Test results delicious, though the fry pan was a mess. So came the day my guests arrived, awash with Easter cheer. My knees were badly trembling as the serving time drew near. I launched into my frying, as fritters should be fresh, then served them to my eager guests, a spiced-up suspect flesh. When asked as to the origin of this unusual dish, I mumbled that it was a rare and rich exotic fish. The meal was hailed impressive. I had certainty, of course, with fritters gaily garnished with a homespun chili sauce. It's good to know my luncheon caused no fatal consequence. The health of all attendees was improved from that time hence. That gave me all the confidence to launch my next big thing, a chain of seafood restaurants with a novel theme to sing. Yes, Eli's fresh fried fritters shook the world to my surprise. With Neptune's dregs, the menu, Eli's special, eel eyes. So all the bottom feeders found their way to my fry pans, my fortune born from panic and my hasty Easter plans.
Adversity is the mother of invention, so they say, and that's what happened there. Prior to coming back onto YouTube, I shared this poem with some very close friends, and one of them, being one of my best critics, came back and said, "That's the first poem that you've ever written that has made me physically ill." So I felt that that was high praise indeed. So I hope you enjoyed the poem, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification button, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.